So he was amazing. And, you know, there was no stupid questions because really, you know, when I joined IMMUNOTEC, there was nobody. So I needed to know everything. I was like a sponge. And I had to get as much information as I could as quickly as I could because I live on the other side of Canada. So between Alberta and Montreal, it's a 4-hour plane fare. So, you know, it's 5,000 miles between Montreal and Calgary. So I couldn't just run over to the office and ask him a question. So, I mean, we had so many conversations, and he would like break it down for me and break it down in a language that I could understand. And he made it very simple, and he would never intimidate people. He would always like listen very carefully, and then he would explain it to you in layman's terms. Because, you know, when I started, we didn't have any brochures. There was no social media. There was no nothing. I mean, all we had was published papers. We didn't even have nothing. We had nothing. We literally had our phones, and my phone was a party line. So, you know, I made many calls to Dr. Bounus, and he answered every one of my questions. And, you know, he was always professional. He never made me feel silly or stupid. He really wanted the world to know about what him and Dr. Kongshaven had discovered. And he really wanted everybody to know it in layman's language and not use all these big scientific words that, you know, we couldn't understand. So he was really an incredible person, an incredible man. And you know, John had talked about HMS 90. And so when we launched in Canada, when we had to launch this product in Canada, it got reclassified. So we weren't allowed to use the name Immunical. And Dr. Bounus always thought that would be a problem because a lot of the research at that time had been published on Immunical, but we had to change the name. And I actually have a package of the original product too. So this was called HMS 90. And what that stood for was humanized milk serum protein was 90%. So it was even more difficult in Canada to launch the company because a lot of the product's name was published in the US and they could use the word Immunical, but in Canada we couldn't. And really at the time, all we could say was, you know, it's this milk stuff and it's good for you and it's going to elevate your glutathione levels. And at the time, Dr. Bounus said, Sandi, I know that there's only 4,000 published articles, but within 10 years, glutathione is going to become a household name. Well, you know, it's 20 years and people are starting to know about it. And there are now over, you know, 135,000 published articles on glutathione, but, you know, in 96, there was only 4,000. And so it was really hard. And he was super because he really helped us all. I mean, he loved coming to meetings. He loved going to restaurants. He was a really charismatic joker. He was a joker. That's what he was. He was fun. Cracked me up. I want to tell everybody that I have the original hardcover book. There was only very few published. And this was one of the original hardcover books. And I mean, Dr. Bounus was so kind because I worked so hard and to try and get rolling. And one of our very first trips was called Anchors Away. It was a cruise ship trip. And we talk about achieving things in IMMUNOTEC. It was really, really hard back in 1996 when nobody knew about IMMUNOTEC or glutathione. And of course, we only had one product at the time. So to qualify for any trip was, you know, really difficult. And in my book, he put Anchors Away, Sandi, I knew you could do it. And that is very passionate to me because it was really hard. And my kids were little. They were, you know, 4 and 5 and 6. And my closest neighbor was 9 miles and my closest town was a 60-mile round trip. But I could call him and he would just encourage me to keep going and just keep talking. And I guess it's why today, I mean, I love what he stands for and what Patricia stands for today. I talk to Patricia all the time, but I love what they stand for. And I love what they discovered. And I love the opportunity that people have had as a result of the research and the fact that it's not fake and it's real and you can be proud and you can tell people, and they buy it every, I have customers that buy the product every month, for 23 years. 23 years. They've never made any money. They're customers. And they keep taking it. So you know what? He created a machine. He created a machine of like-minded people that believe in what he believes in, that nutrition can have a huge factor on how we live in this world today. So, he was my hero. He'll be my hero forever. He gave me an opportunity. Without his research, none of us, not one single consultant in IMMUNOTEC would have an opportunity to do anything. So it's because of him and Patricia Kongshaven that we have this opportunity to create a global company under the guidance now of Mauricio and all the incredible staff that work so hard every day to get this product and get the information out to the people, and the people that take it out to the streets. So, it starts at the top, and I'm so grateful for having been, I don't know why I got chosen to go to Montreal. Dr. Bounus would tell people to keep taking Immunical every single day. He really believed in nutrition and health. He really believed that food, healthy eating, could literally heal the world. And he knew that everybody had an immune system and how important it was that we keep our immune systems functioning. He would tell everybody to keep going, to keep telling the story, to keep telling the IMMUNOTEC story. I absolutely know he would do that. He really wanted to bridge the gap between traditional and alternative medicine. And so that was his dream. He was a genius. He had it all planned out for years, and he would tell everybody just to keep going. And if he met Mauricio, he'd be asking Mauricio, how fast can you expand this company? Because he was driven. He was very driven. He'd be like, Mauricio, get the next country open. Hurry up.